When you first set up your WordPress blog, there's going to be one post already put in for you. And obviously, learning to write posts is the most important thing you can learn about your blog. So let's get started. We'll take a look at the screen and see different ways that you can post. So here's that first post. It's called Hello World, and you have a couple ways to edit it. You can click on Hello World, you can click on Edit, you can click on Quick Edit, which will allow you to edit it just in this window and make a few very basic changes to the post, but not really edit a lot of content. So this is more for tagging, changing categories, those kind of things. And that's not really what we want to do, so we're going to go back and we're going to click Edit on the post. So we're going to click Edit, and you can click on the title and edit it from there, or you can click Edit. Either one, doesn't really matter. So here's our post. Hello World, this is the title. And down here is some text. And just for the sake of editing, I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste a few things in here so I can show you how things work. One of the things that I can show you right off the bat is that when you want to return and have a line of text appear directly under the next line without a line break, then you put in a break tag by hitting Shift and return. And if you do a Shift return, then you just get a break. If you do a regular return, you get a space like this. So you can see the difference, right? Now if I hit return a couple of times, and now I've got a paragraph line in between each one of these lines of text. Now you'll notice that the formatting is pretty standard. We can bold things, italicize, you can select something and strike through if you don't mean it, or you want to change your mind or make a point. You can make lists or numbered lists by highlighting these two lines that had a paragraph tag. We can make them a list, or we can make them a numbered list. Now keep in mind that it depends a little bit on your theme how this is going to work, because every theme has different things. You may have icons for bulleted lists, etc. You can also, we're just going to go back a couple, and you can make this a quote. So let's say you want to make this line a quote. You can just select quote, and it's going to indent the whole paragraph. If you don't want the whole paragraph quoted, then hit return, separate it, and quote it here. And it will treat it just as I said with the other part. It all depends on how your theme is set up and what your theme's supposed to do. Some will put nice big quote tags around it. Some of them will put it in boxes. Others will just indent it. Another thing, obviously, you can do just like a regular text editor. You can change alignment, left, center, right. Let's say that we want to add a link to WordPress. That makes sense. We'll highlight the word WordPress and we'll click this element that will allow us to insert a link to wordpress.org. Now I have the option here to decide, do I want it to open in a new window, or do I want it to open in the same window? Typically, if I'm linking internally or to one of my own websites, then I'll have the link open in the same window. If it's going externally or to somebody else's website and I want them to come back to read my post, then I'll have it open in a new window. You can also set a title for this, and the reason you want to do that are twofold. The first one is that when someone mouses over the link, you can tell them where the link goes by giving them just a little bit of information. It's also really good for SEO, and you can use this to increase the keyword density of your page. And again, depending on your theme, you may have classes for these individual, for the links, and it all depends on how your theme's set up. We're just going to align this one left to see what happens. We're going to click Insert, and notice that it moved WordPress to align it left to the whole paragraph. That's kind of strange, and I don't really like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight WordPress, which I'm going to use my shortcut keys to get back and delete that. So we've made our link. So let's say you change your mind about that link and you've decided now you don't want that to be a link. Just highlight it anywhere in the text and click unlink. And now it's unlinked. Let's say that you want to show only an excerpt or part of the post on the main page and you want them to click to read more. That's where this tag comes in. This is the more tag, and you just click it and it will insert a little button that says more, and when people read your post they'll be able to click on that to read more of the article. This is just the very basic features, and if you want to see more features you can click on this. They call it the kitchen sink, and you just click on it and it allows you to add a whole bunch more stuff. You can highlight some text and give it all kinds of different formatting. You can add the heading tags. You can do a pre-formatted tag. You can call it an address. Really depends again on what's in your theme, what's allowed by your theme. You can underline. You can align full, which means to spread the text out across the full width of the post. I'm not real big on this because it tends to make it difficult to read, particularly if it's a chopped up post, then the text gets kind of spread out. You can also change the color of a specific word that you want to highlight, which is kind of cool. If you want to bring more text in, you can paste from a text file, which would be just a plain text file, or you can paste from Word. This is one of those things that I'm kind of against. I'm really not a proponent of pasting from Word because it tends to bring in all kinds of weird characters and formatting. I'd much more recommend that you import from text directly. Another thing you can do is remove formatting. So we have this nice red copy here and we've decided that we don't want it to be red. We just click remove formatting and it will remove it. This button will allow you to embed or edit media. This one here will allow you to add custom characters. So if you're using international symbols, for example, you can put in custom characters. You can highlight a block of text and indent it specifically and have it only be that paragraph. And to undo it, you can always click this. Same thing if you want to redo it, you click this. And if you need help, WordPress has some great help already built in. You could just click help and there it is. So that's the basics of editing a post. We'll go over tagging and categories in the next tutorial.